Welcome to the road, Shaggy. We have a new subscriber, and every subscriber on this channel is awesome to me because it makes me feel really good, and you made me smile. So, thanks, Shaggy. Thanks for jumping on board. We're riding down the road to 40 now, you and I. We're all in this bus together. So, I've been thinking about... Actually, I haven't been thinking about it at all. Last night it came up. Carol and I were talking about art and so on and so forth. And the idea of doing an art book of maybe 50, 60 pages of mostly drawings, paintings, digital work, photography, some writing probably, it came to mind, and putting together anywhere from a 50 to maybe a 150 page book. I don't know. I kind of want to keep the cost of the book down, but I want to do it for a purpose. I don't want to just do it to do it, because I think in a way that's a little egotistical to think that there's enough people out there that would be interested in buying a book of my art, which I don't think is the best art in the world. It's good. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and some people do like it, and I'm really glad that they do. But I just don't know if the general consensus across the board, people would be interested in buying it or something like that. So, my plan is this, and I'm probably going to kickstart this thing at some point. I want to do it to support something. Right now I'm thinking the local animal shelter is opening up, and I've always had a very big spot in my heart for animals, and so I thought at first I would do it for that. But I'm also thinking of other things too. Nonetheless, I started looking into it. And the problem being is to self-publish a full-color book at a size worth selling it at. Like, they start with like 48 pages for like $22. And I don't want to make a huge profit off of this, but I do want to sell it so that I can at least do, maybe a 50-50 proceeds thing or something like that. And I was thinking about $20 a book. But I'd like them to be really good quality, and Lulu does great quality. They did my first book that I published, Morning Star, and I loved the quality of it, but it's black and white inside. It's a 6x9 trade paperback. To do full color, you start talking about more money. So if anybody knows of a better solution, or you think it's a good idea that I should kickstart this thing, let me know. If you think of a better charity too, I love animals, but I would love to do it for a homeless shelter. I'd love to do it for all the causes that I believe in and support. So with that being said, I do intend on doing that over the next year, collecting a lot of my previous art and introducing some new art, such as today. I showed you the pencil yesterday, but you can't really see it. Like I said, this setup is horrible for seeing it. Go to my Facebook page, GEYCEN Oliveira, Oliveira. Friend me over there, and you'll be able to see most of my art. And you can check out my company, 7-Star Designs. So here it is. This is Obi-Wan inked now, and a little bit of marker work. Not a ton of marker work. You got a little stormtrooper back there, and we got Obi-Wan running away and using the Force, and he's got a lightsaber. And I think I'll do color on this, but I'll probably digitally color it. Peekaboo. But I really like the way that was coming out, and that was just one of those things where I was testing different techniques. Sometimes, here's my weapons of choice: this knife, this knife, this knife, and this. No, that's not what I intended to do. My son was playing with all of these today, so I had to keep taking them away. Needless to say, there's a lot of weapons lying around now, swords and katanas, and no guns, but, well, BB gun, that's about it. Anywho, I wanted to use these four. These are my weapons of choice these days. A number 4, if I'm not mistaken, sharpenable pencil. I don't care where it's from as long as it's a real number 4H. Of course, I got to add an eraser on the end because I suck. Then, I've talked to you a million times about the High-Tech C by Pentel. What is the name of the company? Pilot that does these. This is the finest line I have found in any pen, and I've used quite a lot of different pens. I like the Micron, the archival pens too, but the tips jut out too far, and I bend the tips easily. This is a very simple pen. It's the Uniball. I don't even know what it is, but you get a consistent, quick drying line with this thing. I think they're about $14 for like a 12 pack at Walmart, and I like these better for my thicker lines. Now I want to show you something else though. It's my bum. No, I'm not gonna show you my bum. Not tonight. Okay, here's a red one. These are Tull, I guess they're called. This isn't the right one. They make a micro tip that's really good, and I really love it above almost all other pens. Unfortunately, the ink doesn't last that long in them, and they end up... Oh, sorry about that. I thought I had another one lying around just to show you. I had one out the other night. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Don't hit the camera. Okay, Tull. This is a needle point. I know it's not going to focus, or will it? Maybe if I get out of the shot. Needless to say, it's a great, great pen. I love using them. The lines are super fine and they're comfortable. I like the little rubberized tip here. As you can see, I don't know if other artists have that, but I have a huge bump here. And it's just from years and years of drawing, and I used to hold my pencil tight, tight, tight. You ever see an artist draw like this? Eric Larson draws like this. Oh, it drives me crazy. I could do it, but I don't enjoy it. And lastly, these aren't my favorite, and I've told you about them before. It's the Faber-Castell. This is a Warm Gray 3, 272 star, star, star. I don't know. They're not very good. I'm not going to lie to you. But for what I've been using them for, I can't find anything I really like super better that's easier to use. I have a lot of brush pens that I use sometimes that I love those, but I like using those on a generic scale when I'm actually just using them to paint with. Like, I like taking them and not necessarily drawing something first and just going straight to, you know, this Bristol board, not Bristol board. This is just a cardstock that I've been using from Walmart. No, Sam's Club. GP, it's like a generic cardstock, but it's cheap. You can get like 250 sheets for about $7.50, and they're great because I love drawing in sketchbooks. I love having sketchbooks filled with sketches, but I always take my sketches too far, and I ended up, you know, inking them and coloring them, or if before I got into this phase of Zen and allowing myself to possibly destroy my art as I ink on top of my pencils, I found that it was really hard to do in a notebook because you're always turning it, plus you get the spiral bound. And I think sketchbooks are mostly for sketches. I mean, you can do complete works of art in them, don't get me wrong. But with these, the other huge advantage is I can draw to all the edges and I can scan it. What I wish I had was a bigger scanner. And I can't find an inexpensive large-scale scanner. I need something that can do at least 11 by 14. I found one at Goodwill for $7.95 that did 8.5 by 14. It just doesn't cut it. It's got to be 11 by 14. 11 by 17 would be even better. But if anybody knows of an inexpensive large-scale scanner, I need to buy one for my company because then I can draw on huge pieces of paper and I feel more free to do other things on the sheet itself. So yeah. So at some point soon I'll be announcing some kind of a Kickstarter campaign. Actually, I've got a few ideas for Kickstarter campaigns, and one of them I had intended to announce either on the 50th or the 100th episode. And I'm still going to hold off. It really depends on the number of subscribers I have at the time. And I don't mean it to sound like I'm unhappy with the amount that I have now. I'm very happy to have 35. It's thrilling and great, and it gives me reason. You know, I mean, like I said, I'd keep doing these if there was one person, but having 35 is great. Having 100 will allow me to do something, or at least try to do something. I have a lot of friends on Facebook from back home in Massachusetts and all over the world, and I consider them friends, and I don't want to say anything bad about them, but I'm really surprised, you know, based on my support of their arts over the years, that I haven't seen more subscribers. And I hope that doesn't sound terrible. It probably does and egotistical, but I don't want to push the issue. Like, I don't want to be pushy on Facebook and be like, come on, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. But I think I might be a little bit more aggressive in the future just to gain those. Because like I said, if I can get to 100, the day I get to 100, I will announce my plans, my master plans. And I've got a third thing, my secret project I keep telling you guys about with Jim Costanis. Brad Rigo is not necessarily a part of it anymore, but he was a big part of it at one point, and I see big things in the future of that. And like I said, I want to do some upgrades here. I want to upgrade the set. I want to do a lot of things, and it's just a matter of taking the time to really set up some kind of a Kickstarter or subscription or something like that. And like I said, these will always be free. You will never have to pay a dime to ever see any of these ever. However, I will set up more donation things, and I've had people donate equipment and stuff like that, and that's awesome. So the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was, what the hell was it? Race car. Palindrome. R-A-C-E-C-A-R. Did I say that the other night? You can spell it backwards and forwards. I love words like that. I love little things like that. They're fun. There's one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Something fun and exciting. And I remembered it when I walked in the room, and now for the life of me I can't remember it. So, the next few nights I wouldn't expect more than one of these. Not like you expect more than one ever. But, like I said, my father-in-law's in town right now, and we like to, hang out with him and watch movies and do things with him and stuff. So I don't want to ignore him for too long while I'm in here doing these. That's what it was. This is Friday. I may postpone my Fallout Friday until, pick it up next Friday. Only due to the fact that, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time in here tonight. I'll give you a quick one. So this isn't technically the official first Fallout Friday. Anybody who's just tuning in for the first time, I came up with a formula. Everybody knows about Throwback Thursday, and that's about the only standard right now. So last night, and from every Thursday from now on, I'm going to give an older story. Not that I haven't been doing that all along the way anyway. But Sundays, I haven't figured out yet, which I got to figure out pretty soon. But I'm thinking it's Save My Soul Sundays. I don't know yet. Mondays are motherfucking Mondays, where I unleash my fury and talk a little bit more about politics, which, like I said, I don't really want to handle too much anymore, unless I can get a political party together that we can, start a new America. I don't foresee myself going in that direction very often, except for maybe Mondays. Or if something really hits me during the week, because there's things that pop up in the news and you're like, everybody's got an opinion one way or the other. Is everybody right? Is everybody wrong? Who knows? But nonetheless. And then Tuesdays, you're the worst. Where I tell just miserable stories about horrible things, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really thought it through, but Tuesday's a lame day. I won't go through all of these again. You can watch the other video again if you want. It's called the Weekly Lineup, I think. And so I'll be handling a lot of those throughout the week, but Saturday and Sunday I had nothing for, and Friday I think Fallout Friday or Fantasy Friday. I don't know. Fallout's kind of fun because then you can, like for example, these bracelets. I know you can get them everywhere now, but when I got mine, you couldn't. I actually found my first one. It was just sitting on the side of the road somewhere where I happened to be pulled over or something. And I'm not exactly sure if it's 100 or 200. It's probably 100 feet of rope. Might even be 50. But I've watched a lot of survival shows through the years. I grew to really sincerely love watching Survivor Man. Bear Grylls is another interesting cat, but like I said, he's legit in the sense that he can do everything he does. However, it's usually put in place for him to show an example, whereas Les Stroud's show was always just him and his camera and or his camera setup. Well, Jesus, now I can't get this thing back on. I never have problems getting this thing on. And so through watching those shows, I had this desire to survive, to be in those situations. Oh my god. And also, as you know, I like the end of the world, apocalyptic, last man standing type stories. Pinch. And so it led me to start looking into things. There are 3 things that I always carry on me, and I've probably talked about this before, and if I have, I apologize. These videos will repeat themselves from time to time, and this is one of those times. my rope, this can be used for a lot of things. For snares. Like, I'm not a master snare person, but I could figure out, based on everything I've learned through reading books and watching videos, I could set up a snare. If I need to construct a shelter, this is perfect for binding. Like, if I needed to do a teepee or a lean-to, I could use a very short amount of this just to secure corners, and then I can go to town. Shelter making is one of my favorite things. I have never personally done a lot of it, but I think I'd be really good at it. And I don't know. Maybe I'll do a weekend. That'd be kind of fun. Go out and do, record 18, 15, 20 hours and just chop it down and put it out there. I don't know. Survival isn't something that you should necessarily try to put yourself in, but you could put yourself in a safe situation, I think, and experiment with your things. Pocket knife, always got to have a good, decent pocket knife. This one's terrible. There's no lock left on it. I like the spring action if you need it out really quick, which I don't think I'd ever find myself in a position where I would need to. But I do like having the serrated as well as the straight, because this is great for hacking at smaller limbs and cutting them down if you can't snap it. And then you can whittle with it, obviously. A knife serves so many purposes. Even just feeling safer in your situation. At night, tie it. Cordage. That's something else I want to talk about at some point. Tie your knife to the end of a long stick. You suddenly have a spear. You can at least keep people at bay or creatures at bay, or make a spear if you think you could get a squirrel or something. Probably not. And the third thing is a lighter. Now, I can probably start a fire via friction if I had to. It's going to take me a long time, and it's going to use a lot of energy. But I know how they work. I know how you're supposed to do them. So that being the case, I could probably do it. But why take the chance? If you've got a lighter on you, you've always got fire on you. So yeah, that's basically what my Fallout Fridays will be covering, is things on helping you survive in situations, so on and so forth. And like I said, I will probably do some more wilderness videos with the other camera, because I don't make enough use of this thing, and the quality is really good. The problem is keeping the battery charged. I need to get a second battery so I can constantly be charging this thing. Yeah, I got a full battery right now. There's no reason why I shouldn't go survive. So I'm just saying, that's one of the things that makes me who I am, and gives me the interests that I have. Fantasy Friday would be just as equally fun, but we can work some geekery into another day. Did I coin that phrase? Has anybody ever used that before? I don't know if they have or not, but I surely use it a lot. I'm gonna let you guys go. It's 18 minutes. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm glad to see, new subscribers coming along and comments on there every day. They make me smile. So thank you a lot. And if you're loving these like I'm loving them, please subscribe. If you know anybody who might be interested in them, pass them along via Facebook, email, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I don't care. The more subscribers we can get, the happier I'll be. And I don't need subscribers to be happy, but hey, that's awesome. Just seeing somebody, getting that email on my phone saying, you have a new subscriber. It's like, yeah. Makes me feel good. So thank you for making me feel good today. And as always, don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. There's a big weekend coming up, Saturday, Sunday. You got plenty of opportunities to run into strangers. You see somebody with a frown on their face, do what you can. I don't know. Don't. I'm so I don't know what the word is for it. Anywho, thanks for coming by. Make yourself a better person tomorrow too. Learn something new. Go out of your way to discover something. And let's just make this world spin a little happier together. I am Jason Oliveira. This is The Road to 40, episode 76. And I look forward to many, many more nights of this. So thanks for coming by. As always, my friends, my family. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow night on episode 77 of The Road to 40. Peace, my brothers.